Hello, and welcome to another episode of Heywood and Stuff. Of Heywood and Stuff. Okay, so this is going to be slightly different to what we normally do. This is really just a tattoo tour in some sort of order from the first tattoo to present day. If you have just come over from TikTok, it is you TikTokers why I have created this video, because when I go live on TikTok, I often get people asking me questions about my tattoos, and instead of going over it every single day, I thought, okay, I'll just make a tour. So it all started with this scorpion tattoo. I get a lot of shit for this tattoo, but I love it. This was the original design that I saw and copied. So this is what I wanted, and essentially this is what I got. I still have that tattoo and I love it until this day, and it will eventually get covered, but you know, that's where it all began, when I was 19 years of age. Okay, here are some photos of me in the early stages of my tattoo journey. You can see the Egyptian ankh there, C'est la vie on the chest, and a little dragon on the right. I started really getting tattooed at 25 and got this first sleeve. You can see where I've got a sugar skull and I got a couple of roses and a couple of owls. This is the fucking infamous C'est la vie tattoo. And this is an eye on my elbow. I loved it all. It was all a lot of fun. There's a little owl I loved also. And that I still have today. I haven't got these covered up yet. Okay, so here is my Stay True tattoos. I really do have some classics. But this is kind of important to me in a sense that it was the first tattoos that I had anywhere visible. And so it was a big deal, if you like. It kind of opened the gateway to getting tattoos in areas of my body that were visible. So it's kind of symbolic in a sense, and I still have them today, as you can see. All right. So, yep, stay true as I do. How about you? So then moving on, later on in life, we're talking enough. Oh, this was just a year after that, I got my hand tattooed with the moth. This is still have that now, still enjoy that tattoo, although I might get it covered up. I then started concentrating more on my right arm and getting lots of black work put in over the years up until about 30, 31. And so at this point, I kind of looked like this. Nothing on the neck, nothing on the face, and not really much on the hands except that one moth tattoo. Once I'd opened the gates, of course, to the Stay True, the hand tattoo kind of just made sense. And also that hand tattoo of the moth finished my sleeve, because I had a lot of work done on the sleeve. And so I just wanted to finish it off. This is a picture of Victor Chill, a famous new school tattoo artist. He's really good, and he did my, my dog tattoo, Vader, on my neck, as you can see. Quite soon after that, Kako did my hand mandala. And soon after that, I would actually get a job in that tattoo shop. So at this point, I looked a little something like this, a little bit more covered. I guess a little bit more extreme, depends. But then I started working at Meat Shop, and then boom. Now what you see here is the pattern that would then go on the rest of my neck and my chest, designed by Peter Madsen, who is a very good friend and my boss, essentially. I worked for him. And this tattoo would be a lot of hours for completion. It was done between Peter and Eddie Rise, who's a good friend and also an amazing artist. He did a lot of the work on this. Lots of sessions, all in a very short amount of time, and here's the finished product. I was fucking exhausted after this. I think we busted this out in about a month because Eddie was only in Europe for a certain amount of time. I was shattered, and he had time to do a bit of my shoulder. Here's my flabby tits and some of the work. People asking me where did the design come from. I wish I had a sexier answer, but the truth is Peter designed it and it just appeared out of his brain. He kind of looked at the dog and he saw ideas that I liked because I showed him. I like pattern work, and he just busted out that huge fucking mandala essentially, and so became my very colourful chest and neck. Here's a bit more on my sleeve, a bit of my bulge, some more of my chest. Yeah, I mean, I love my neck. It was a huge deal when I got my neck done. I mean, you kind of get used to people staring at you in the streets, but once I had my neck completely done all the way around, it was a significant change, but one that I've gotten used to also. So at this point, I've got quite a lot of work done: neck, chest, arms, some on my legs. But of course I had a spare back, and so my friend Pierluigi and I started this project on my back. Here you can see Pierre on the left, Peter Madsen on the right, and his son Bram on my bottom. That was a fun session. Lots and lots of hours went into this. I just wanted a basic mandala. There's my cheek. No scandalous. The tattoo does go down onto my buttocks. It's called a whale tail, I believe. I loved that part. I didn't expect to have that when we arranged the tattoo, so that was a really nice treat to have my arse tattooed. And so here we go onto the face. So I never would have initially thought I'd get my face tattooed, but when me and Briggy had Bella, I thought if ever there was a justifiable reason to get a face tattooed, it would be now. And so I got this design designed by Inga Hanna and tattooed by DerynTwelve. I'll leave a link to her work underneath. It's not usually the kind of work that she does, but I knew she could bust it out, and so it's essentially a B3, so you can read it both ways, a B3, and this stands for the 3 generations of women that are very important in my life. So my mother's name was Beatrice, my partner is Briggy, and my daughter is Bella, and so it makes sense. And so then I thought that was kind of that for a while, but then after that I started working for my friend Peter again. Long story short, I thought fuck it, it's time to get more face tattoos, and he was happy to oblige. So this is me looking like a plum, and some of the stages. We prepped this tattoo quite a lot before we actually went into it, because it's my fucking face, but I am exceptionally happy with the result. There is like Tibetan swirls on the top of my head. I don't have any pictures here and I haven't got time to put it in, but if you're that interested, we'll have a look on Instagram. I'm pretty sure it's on there. And that's pretty much it. People ask me, what do the hexagons symbolize? Again, it was Peter's idea because it would fit with the rest of the pattern that's on my chest, but also I love the symbolism of hexagons. If you look in nature, hexagons are always popping up everywhere. It's kind of the how do you call it? It's kind of like the most simple unit of sacred geometry, if you like. Without getting too deep, like hexagons could possibly be the meaning of everything. Google hexagons in nature and you'll get more from there. Common questions that I get is how much of my body is covered in tattoos. I don't really know. Probably no more than 60%, to be fair. There's lots of empty space. I'm not going to go in chronological order of my leg tattoos, but I've put together a little bit. You can see a pin-up catastrophe there on my calf and 2 swans that will probably never get finished. I have a awesome Medusa on the side, which I love. She represents the feminine and the badass that feminine has after fucking thousands of years of suppression. Like, women have to fight back now. Women are fighting back now. We've got the Joker because I think he's badass and misunderstood. There's a clean image of it. Tattoos always look so fucking sexy when they're fresh. Crap. Then we've got a snake clinging on to an axe. This symbolizes the time that I worked at the tattoo shop called Meat Shop Tattoo. They had axes everywhere, like meat cleavers. So it was just kind of like symbolic of that. And then just tattoo that I like. Here we have Baby Girl. This is my beautiful dog that sadly passed away not long ago. She was 13 years old. The tattoo was 12 years old. There's a jellyfish, kingfisher by my good friend Kat. And that is pretty much it. I still need to get my feet tattooed. I still need to get the rest of my legs done. I've got my whole stomach and the inside of my left arm, as you can see. I'm sure I'll get more on my face, and it's all very, very exciting. Don't judge a book by its cover. I have a lot more chapters than my tattoo journey does. Thank you very much, and I love you so much. Bye, bye, bye.